This is the sky dome, Roman style.
The Hellenistic culture, they were named Judah and Jonathan and so on. They will end up in names like Alexander, Organus, and Aristobulus. And so it was that Alexander, the one that the river is named upon, was the last king of the Maccabees, and his story is this. It's not mostly his story, what happened after he died. His death, by the way, was a very tragic death. He was too much fond of the liquor, and he literally drank himself to death. The other thing that he loved very much is battles. He have spent most of his life battling and fighting and conquering new territory to the Maccabees Empire. And as he was putting a siege over a city, he literally drank himself to death, and he knew that he's not going to see the sunlight again, so he called upon his wife and he asked her, please take over after I die. Don't denounce my death only after you finish the battle. And so it was. She had finished the battle, and then she announced her husband's death. And by this way, she became the first and the only Jewish queen that the Jews ever had. Her name is Shlom Tzion, peace in Zion. And so it was at the days of her regime. The country didn't fight. You know, mothers don't send the children off to battle so fast. So it was a peaceful, prosperous days when she ruled the people of Israel. But when she passed away, her sons, Aristobulus and Organus, could not decide who will be the king. We have sandstone, and in the very few places we have lava. Not granite nor marble. Where does this all come from? The map will from all over the Mediterranean, so you get to have the feeling of how massive this project was, building up Caesarea from scratch, importing these from all over. I want to show you here. Courtyard, I think they call it. And unlike this one, that one over there, the whole courtyard was probably a swimming pool. I have one thing to say about let's just say within 5-7 years there is a city here. Yes. Beyond the railing is just the leftovers of the modern port. The Herald's port back in the old days, like they say when days were old, the port was 3-4 times bigger than what you see today. It was actually 3 ports. There is the outer port for the big boats and the merchandise that comes from all over the Mediterranean. You know, the Roman Empire was all over the Mediterranean, and that's why they called it our ocean. It was their ocean. It was not the Mediterranean, it was the Roman ocean. So there is the outer port for the merchandise. There is the mid port, which you see approximately the port of today. That is for more exclusive merchandise and battleships. And there is the inner port, which we are standing in now. All this mown, all the grass over here was actually underwater, and the pier was the line of stones that you see over there. So the ships.
This is the famous Baha'i Gardens in Haifa.
Thank you for shutting that.
Was it Vancouver? What is that? What kind of an animal is that?
Have you seen a few of them? I don't know. We were trying to get
It's a
some.
groundhog.
It's a really?
Type of ground.
It's like a muskrat, right?
It's a
Like
type of groundhog.
Where is the animal?
Oh, I haven't seen. I've seen a lot of cats.
There's a lot of cats.
He went into the. Here he is, right here. You see him in the brush?
Yeah.
What is it? Like a beaver?
No.
Like a what?
Oh my god.
He runs like that in New York.
Oh god.
Oh, and it just drops you?
Don't use that word.
Just gently puts you down. It's really exquisite.
The end of Israel. Over this hill, the people are much less friendly. Not that they're that friendly on this side, but anyway.
See the train, not the train, but the tunnel for the train, the bridge over here, and it will go further up there. Carefully cross the border. Once the water have found the crack, the ocean have expanded it slowly, and that's how you get a grotto. If you are a diver, if you like scuba diving, but personally I do not scuba dive, but if you do so, they say that the underwater grottos are even more amazing than the one above the water, and we're limited over here in this tour to the ones above the water. Okay? The tunnel that we will walk through is man-made, so we can walk around the grottos and see it all, but the porches and the cracks there you'll see, this is all natural.
This is the border with Lebanon. Once you go past this gate, you're no man's land, and then you're into Lebanon.
Of independence. They have left it as it is, and they're not going to renovate it, so us tour guides can have a good story. Now, as it was, this city holds very beautiful stories from the Jewish side regarding the battle over here. You see, the condition of the Jews here was quite poor. And the Palmach managed to sneak a small unit in here with some ammunition to help the locals to battle the city, and they're putting barricades all over, and they're actually counting the bullets as they fight. They're low on ammunition and things are rather poor, and then there's one rabbi that passes through a barricade with a Zohar, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. In between us and that mountain, there is a big wadi that goes down over there, and that hosts all those factories for palming the wool for the uniforms of the Ottoman army, and well, let's just say their mist prevents us from seeing feather and beyond, but basically you get the feeling of sun over here on the roof, how it is connected to the air, and the whole history around. Participating, or some of them were participating in the lesson. He would not let these old guys. It's the student that is becoming a master, and all the masters are coming to the student now to learn. It's a very awkward situation, but he said to them, I am not willing to teach you guys because first, you are like a full cup. I cannot add more beverage to your cup.
First time in Israel?
Our first time.
I don't know how much time here, but you can see up there what we call snake eagles. This eagle prefer to eat snakes much more than any other food, mice or lizards, and he can see everything that's crawling on the ground. Very good glider and big bird. And the Syrians prepared themselves to fought against us, depend from almost 20 years, from end of independent war till 67. So look to this direction and you can see a Syrian post. The name of this post, it's Durijat post, the Syrian name. And I know it because as a young officer I sat at the front of Kibbutz Gadot. We can see some shades in Kibbutz Gadot. All the other kibbutz covered by eucalyptuses, by trees. And I sat at the west bank of the Jordan River with my platoon and got a mission at the last night of the war. With another young officer with 2 platoons, we planned to cross the Jordan River down there, climb here, surround this post and conquer. Our mission was to stay there. And morning after I saw about 25 Syrian soldiers with personal rifles only, completely exhausted from Israeli aircraft, escaped from this post, tough post, as you see, look at the top, and you can see tough bunkers with the narrow windows, and ran away from here with their personal rifles, Kalashnikovs only. I escorted them with my machine gun, never met them again. Day after I sent here, and we found here 2 vehicles, a lot of machine guns, heavy machine guns, ammunition for cannons, for rifles, for machine guns. Gathered everything and sent it to special places. Later, Israeli army sealed this post. Nobody entered here, nobody, but still now, at the minefield, at the front, all around this post, we not check the mines, we not clear the mines, we just seal it by a barbed wire, sign it by yellow sign, bright triangles, international sign, and leave it. But we not struggle with that. If we need, we in some places we clear the mine, but it's very complicated procedure, costs a lot of money, very dangerous procedure. So better to seal it and leave it. Nobody needs this section, rocky section. It's
Breathe the air and that's it.
What you see in the distance is Syria.
The kids.